The Stoic Path to Magnetic Relationships, Unveiling Your True Value. Have you ever felt that yearning, that deep-seated desire to be truly valued and respected in your relationships? We all crave affection and connection, but often find ourselves wondering how to attract genuine admiration, not just for what we do, but for who we are. It's a universal question, and while modern society often offers superficial answers tied to external validation, ancient Stoic philosophy provides a timeless, powerful, and surprisingly relevant roadmap. This isn't about suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent, it's about cultivating inner strength, self-respect, and understanding your inherent worth. Think of each relationship as an exploration of yourself, a journey to uncover the hidden treasures within your soul and share them authentically with the world. Stoicism provides the map, guiding you toward deeper understanding, meaningful connection, and ultimately, love that is built on mutual respect and unwavering inner strength. So, buckle up as we explore the Stoic path to magnetic relationships, revealing how to become the best version of yourself and attract the love you truly deserve. This brings us to Lesson 1, Understanding Your True Worth. How exactly does this ancient philosophy, which can sometimes feel a bit austere, relate to the messy, complex world of relationships? Stoicism hinges on the principle of focusing on what you can control. External factors, like someone's opinion of you or the number of likes you get on social media, fall firmly outside your control. But your self-value? That's entirely within your grasp. It's not contingent on external validation, it's about how you perceive, appreciate, and value yourself. Imagine yourself as a rare gemstone. Not everyone will recognize its brilliance, its intricate facets, or its inherent value. Some might simply glance past, failing to grasp its unique significance. But does that diminish the gem's intrinsic worth? Absolutely not. It remains precious, rare, and one of a kind. Similarly, your value doesn't diminish simply because someone overlooks it or fails to appreciate your unique qualities. Let's be honest, we've all experienced rejection, those moments of feeling inadequate, particularly in today's hyper-connected world where everyone seems to be projecting an image of constant success. But from a Stoic perspective, this is where you reclaim your power. Your value isn't dictated by someone else's fleeting interest or validation. It's inextricably linked to how you conduct yourself, the principles you uphold, and the actions you take. Are you compassionate? Are you truthful? Are you living in a manner that aligns with your core values? That is where your genuine worth resides. The Stoics championed the practice of self-reflection, a deep dive into the core of your being. Take a moment to consider your qualities, not just the superficial attributes, but the deeper aspects of your character. What truly defines you? What makes you you? Explore your capacity for empathy, your commitment to integrity, your resilience in the face of adversity. You'll likely discover a wellspring of strength and value that you never fully recognized. This isn't about arrogance or self-aggrandizement, it's about recognizing your inherent worth as a human being, a being capable of kindness, compassion, and growth. And that recognition is the foundation upon which healthy and fulfilling relationships are built. This self-awareness, this understanding of your intrinsic value, becomes a shield against the sting of rejection and the allure of superficial validation. It allows you to enter relationships from a place of strength and authenticity, knowing that you have something valuable to offer, regardless of whether or not others immediately recognize it. Understanding your worth isn't a one-time event, it's a continuous journey, a practice that evolves over time. It's about waking up each day and acknowledging to yourself that you possess inherent value, not because of someone else's opinion or approval, but because of the unique qualities that make you who you are. This daily affirmation, this consistent recognition of your self-worth, becomes a powerful force, shaping your interactions and attracting those who genuinely appreciate the gem that you are. Next, we move to Lesson 2, Present Yourself with Dignity. Now, before you conjure up images of a stern, unsmiling figure from ancient times, let's dispel some common misconceptions about Stoicism. It's not about suppressing your emotions or cultivating a sense of cold indifference. It's about understanding what truly deserves your energy and attention, and what does not. And guess what? The way you present yourself, both internally and externally, deserves your unwavering energy. So, what does it truly mean to present yourself with dignity in relationships? How do we balance authenticity with self-respect in a world that often pressures us to conform? Have you ever noticed that tendency to go to great lengths to impress someone, only to lose sight of who you truly are in the process? We might change the way we dress, alter our speech patterns, even abandon our hobbies, all in the hope of gaining approval. But here's the crucial point, the bedrock of a Stoic perspective: your self-respect isn't tied to your clothing style, your taste in music, or the trendy spots you frequent. It's about how you conduct yourself, the choices you make, and the principles you uphold. Imagine a classroom setting, where two students are giving presentations. One student is flashy, using bombastic language and exaggerated gestures to impress the audience. The other student is composed, speaking confidently and clearly, without any pretense. Which student do you think makes a more lasting impression? It's often the one who is genuine, authentic, and comfortable in their own skin, isn't it? This highlights the profound importance of presenting oneself with dignity, of allowing your true self to shine through. The Stoics, renowned for their philosophy of self-control and virtue, emphasized the significance of living honestly and respecting oneself in all aspects of life. So how does this translate into the modern dating landscape? The answer is surprisingly straightforward: be authentically yourself. Embrace your passions, quirks, and unique perspectives. If you adore diving into books, let your intellectual curiosity shine. If you have a burning passion for a particular cause, let it fuel your conversations. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not, it's about feeling at ease and self-assured in who you are, understanding that you are valuable and worthy of love just as you are. And here's another crucial point: treating yourself with respect sets the bar for how others will treat you. If you're constantly criticizing yourself, dwelling on your perceived flaws, you're essentially signaling to the world that it's okay to do the same. However, when you respect yourself, value your time, energy, and emotions, you're making a bold statement: I deserve respect, and I expect to be treated accordingly. Think about what Epictetus, the wise Stoic philosopher, once said: it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In relationships, this principle takes on profound significance. It's not only about your appearance or your words, it's about your responses, your demeanor, in various situations. Are you reacting with desperation or dignity? Are you sacrificing your principles to blend in, or are you staying true to yourself, even if it means standing alone? This doesn't require perfection. We are all human, with our flaws and moments of awkwardness. What matters is how you deal with those moments. Do you crumble under pressure, or do you maintain your composure, learn from the experience, and keep moving forward? Consider the power of setting boundaries. Saying no to something that doesn't align with your values is a powerful act of self-respect. It communicates that you value your time and energy, and that you won't compromise your principles to please someone else. This act of self-assertion, this unwavering commitment to your values, is inherently attractive. It signals strength, confidence, and a deep understanding of your own worth. Take a moment to reflect: how can we begin to show ourselves more dignity in our daily lives? It might involve setting clearer boundaries, refusing to engage in activities that don't resonate with our values, or simply treating ourselves with more compassion and kindness. When you view yourself as worthy of respect, when you consistently act in accordance with your values, others will begin to see it too. This isn't about demanding respect, it's about embodying it. It's about radiating self-assurance and authenticity, attracting those who appreciate your genuine self and are willing to treat you with the dignity you deserve. Leading us to Lesson 3, the art of nonverbal communication. I understand that this might sound a bit old-fashioned or even restrictive at first glance, but please bear with me. It's not about being unapproachable or difficult, it's about respecting yourself and recognizing your inherent worth. So, what does Stoicism have to say about the subtle yet powerful language of nonverbal communication in relationships? Stoicism teaches us how to cultivate self-control and inner strength, but not in a rigid or boring way. It's about understanding what truly matters and not giving it away too easily. In a world that prioritizes instant gratification and endless scrolling, Stoicism feels like a breath of fresh air, a reminder to slow down and cultivate depth. Think about it, in the early stages of a relationship, or when we're simply getting to know someone, there's often this overwhelming urge to share everything, our time, our space, our deepest feelings. But the Stoics would suggest taking a step back, pausing to consider the potential consequences of such unrestrained openness. Why? Because when something is always readily available, it often loses its specialness, its allure, its sense of mystery. It's simply human nature. If you're always there whenever someone needs you, always saying yes to every request, where's the excitement? Where's the anticipation? Where's the space for the other person to invest and pursue? Let's delve into practical strategies for setting boundaries gracefully, the Stoic way. Firstly, it starts with your appearance. Dressing stylishly yet modestly isn't just about aesthetics, it sends a powerful message. It communicates, I respect myself. You're not concealing yourself, but you're also not revealing everything up front. It's about finding a balance between expressing your individuality and maintaining a sense of mystery, signaling that there's more to you than meets the eye. Another crucial aspect is managing your time and focus. In our hyper-connected world, where notifications constantly vie for our attention, being discerning about who receives your time is a meaningful choice. It's not about playing games or manipulating others, it's about affirming, my time is precious, and I prioritize it thoughtfully. When you're with someone, be fully present and engaged, giving them your undivided attention. However, when you're not together, it's perfectly okay to be unavailable, dedicating your energy to your own life, your interests, and your personal development. This demonstrates that you have a fulfilling life outside of the relationship, a life that enriches and sustains you. Stoicism also emphasizes emotional self-mastery. This doesn't advocate being cold or disconnected, instead, it encourages maintaining a balanced perspective, a sense of emotional equilibrium. This means not allowing minor things to deeply affect you, preserving your inner peace and composure. You don't freely give your emotional energy to everyone, it's something that should be earned, much like how you selectively allocate your time and attention. I'm not implying that you should become unfeeling or distant, like a Stoic statue. We are all human, and genuine connections are essential for a fulfilling life. However, there's something undeniably special about taking things at a steady pace, about forming connections that aren't solely based on immediate gratification. It's about creating meaningful relationships that have depth and endurance, something that goes beyond instant access and quick fixes. It's important to note that setting limits isn't about playing tricks or attempting to control situations. It's about respecting yourself and staying true to your principles. It's about demonstrating, not just through words but through actions, that you value yourself and deserve to be treated with respect. This inherent self-respect becomes a magnet, attracting those who appreciate your strength, independence, and unwavering commitment to your own well-being. This takes us to Lesson 4, be ready to walk away. In the heart of Stoicism lies a powerful idea about letting go, not in a detached or uncaring manner, but in understanding what we can change and what we cannot. One of the most empowering actions we can take is deciding whether to stay or walk away from a situation that doesn't align with our well-being. This becomes particularly significant in relationships. We've all been there, haven't we? In a place where we know we deserve better, yet we choose to stay, clinging to a situation that is no longer serving us. It could be the fear of loneliness, the fear of change, or simply holding on to a faint glimmer of hope for improvement. But here's where Stoicism steps in, offering a profound shift in perspective. Real strength comes from recognizing that we have the power to stay or leave situations that fundamentally contradict our principles, and we have the agency to choose a different path, one that leads to greater well-being and fulfillment. This doesn't imply that you should give up as soon as things get tough. Relationships require effort, understanding, and time. Navigating challenges and working through disagreements are essential components of any healthy relationship. However, it's crucial to understand your self-worth and principles so profoundly that when something fundamentally contradicts them, when the core values of the relationship clash with your own, you're prepared to move on. It's about having that inner resilience, that stoic courage, to affirm, I respect myself too much to settle for less than I deserve. Let's delve deeper into this idea. Being prepared to leave a situation is, at its core, about respecting yourself. It means sticking to what you believe in, honoring your values, and knowing your own inherent worth. It doesn't always have to be a grand, dramatic exit. Sometimes it's a quiet choice, a peaceful realization that this simply isn't the right fit for you, that this path is no longer aligned with your own. Sure, it can be scary. I understand that feeling. The uncertain future can be intimidating, filled with anxieties about what lies ahead. But think about our Stoic role models. They showed us the importance of facing challenges with bravery, of accepting life's inherent uncertainties, of embracing the present moment without clinging to the past or fearing the future. It's about understanding that sometimes the bravest action is to let go of something that no longer serves you, to release your grip on a situation that is holding you back from your full potential. This perspective can transform everything. When you're in a relationship and realize that you're there because it reflects your values, because it aligns with your vision for the future, not because you're afraid to leave, it's a game changer. It shifts the entire dynamic. You're not staying out of desperation or fear, you're staying because it's your genuine choice, because you believe in the relationship and its potential. And here's the key point: when you bravely step away from what doesn't benefit you, you create space for what does. It's like decluttering the past to welcome in the future, making room for new opportunities and experiences that are better aligned with your authentic self. It's about having faith that there are better things waiting for you, that the universe has something more fulfilling in store, and giving yourself the opportunity to discover them. Let's remember that being prepared to move on isn't about being aloof or uncaring. It's about valuing and caring for ourselves sufficiently to say, I deserve something better. I deserve a relationship that is built on mutual respect, shared values, and genuine connection. It's about embodying Stoicism when challenges arise, understanding that our value isn't dependent on anyone or anything else, that we are inherently worthy of love and happiness, regardless of our relationship status. Now we come to Lesson 5, Setting Boundaries Silently. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of actions over mere words. The Stoics advocated for demonstrating, rather than just stating, their beliefs, which is particularly relevant when discussing setting boundaries in relationships. It's one thing to talk about your boundaries, to articulate what you will and will not tolerate. But it's far more impactful to show them through your actions, to consistently uphold your boundaries regardless of the situation or the person involved. Consider this: it's easy to declare, I won't accept mistreatment. It's a powerful statement, a clear articulation of your self-respect. But the real test comes when you actually encounter such behavior. Will you uphold your boundary? Will you stand firm in your commitment to self-respect, or will you compromise, allowing the mistreatment to continue? That's where true strength lies, not in the words themselves, but in the actions that support them. I understand that this isn't simple. It can be incredibly challenging, especially when emotions are running high, when you're deeply invested in the relationship and fear the potential consequences of asserting your boundaries. However, let's recall the wisdom of the Stoics: we have the power to choose our responses to situations. We can't control the actions of others, but we can control how we react to those actions. If someone oversteps a boundary, if they disrespect your values or violate your trust, it's your response that establishes and enforces that boundary, not just your initial statement. Let's imagine a situation where honesty is a core value for you, a non-negotiable element of any relationship. And then, someone tells a lie, betraying your trust and undermining the foundation of honesty upon which you believe relationships should be built. How you respond in that moment, in the aftermath of that betrayal, shows how serious you are about your boundaries, how committed you are to upholding your values. Whether you choose to calmly address the issue, seeking clarification and understanding, or decide to step back from the relationship, recognizing that the breach of trust is irreconcilable, your actions demonstrate your commitment to your values. It's not about stirring up trouble, creating unnecessary conflict, or seeking revenge. It's about showing self-respect, honoring your own needs, and reacting in a way that aligns with what you believe in. This approach can make a profound difference in relationships. When others see that you have clear boundaries, that you're unwavering in your commitment to your values, and that you're willing to enforce those boundaries through your actions, they gain a better understanding of what you will and won't accept. It's about nurturing self-respect, cultivating a deep understanding of your own worth, and staying committed to it, regardless of external pressures or temptations. Let's delve into a fundamental concept with a simple approach. It's not just the significant events that count, the major breaches of trust or blatant acts of disrespect, but also the everyday moments, the subtle interactions that reveal a person's true character. How do you react when plans change abruptly, when someone doesn't value your time, or when they dismiss your feelings? Do you brush it off, minimizing your own needs and sacrificing your own well-being, or do you express calmly, through both your words and your actions, that such behavior is not acceptable? This is where Stoic mindfulness comes into play. It's about paying attention to the present moment, to the here and now, and how you respond to it. Are your actions in line with your limits? Are you being authentic to yourself, honoring your own needs and values? It's important to be mindful of the little moments, because that's often where your boundaries are truly tested, where your commitment to self-respect is either strengthened or undermined. As we go through our day, interacting with others in various contexts, let's aim to embody a touch of Stoicism in expressing our boundaries. It's not about being stubborn or unyielding, refusing to compromise or accommodate others' needs. It's about having that inner guide, that unwavering compass, that shapes how we act and respond, ensuring that we are always honoring our own values and respecting our own well-being. And trust me, when you adopt this approach, when you consistently demonstrate your commitment to your boundaries through your actions, people take notice. They begin to view you as someone who not only sets boundaries but also values themselves enough to uphold them, someone who commands respect not through demands, but through the unwavering strength of their character. Moving on to Lesson 6, Actions speak louder than words. Stoicism, as we've been learning, is fundamentally about practical wisdom. It means judging people based on what they do, not just what they say. In our world, particularly in the realm of social media and online dating, many people say nice things, make grand promises, and project an image of perfection, but often fail to follow through with their actions. This disconnect between words and deeds is especially prevalent in relationships, where vulnerability and trust are paramount. Stoics advise us to see through the superficial charm, the carefully crafted words, and focus on the tangible actions that reveal a person's true character. Stoics encourage us to pay close attention to actions because actions, unlike words, cannot be easily manipulated or faked. Actions reveal a person's true values, their priorities, and their level of commitment. Consider this: it's simple for someone to say all the right things, to promise the world, to describe a future that seems flawless and idyllic. But are they actually doing what they say? Are their actions consistently supporting their words? That's where the truth lies, in the congruence between their words and their deeds. Let's be honest for a moment. Haven't we all experienced this? We meet someone, they say incredible things, paint a picture of a perfect future together, and we're completely enchanted, swept away by the romanticism. But as time goes by, their actions don't match their words. They promise to call, but don't. They make plans, only to cancel at the last minute. They express unwavering commitment, but their actions demonstrate a lack of follow-through. Yet we still hold on to their words, clinging to the hope that they will eventually live up to their promises. This is when our inner Stoic mindset must take charge, when we must consciously shift our focus from the allure of words to the undeniable reality of actions. Stoicism reminds us not to be swayed by empty promises, not to be overwhelmed by emotions, but to be logical, observant, and to see reality clearly, without the filter of wishful thinking. When someone's actions consistently don't match their words, that's a glaring warning sign. It's like the universe saying, "Hey, take notice. Something isn't right here. Don't ignore the red flags." This mindset shifts how you approach relationships. Instead of being swept away by sweet words and grand commitments, you begin noticing the small details, the seemingly insignificant actions that reveal a person's true character. How do they behave under pressure? Do they keep their promises, even when it's inconvenient? Are they present for you, not just in words, offering superficial support, but in meaningful actions, demonstrating genuine care and concern? Here's the fascinating part: when you focus on what people do instead of just what they say, you set a powerful standard. You're telling them, "I'm not just listening to your words, I'm watching your actions, and I will judge you accordingly." And that really makes an impact. They realize they can't just talk their way into your life, they have to prove they're genuine, trustworthy, and worthy of your time and attention. But keep in mind, this isn't about being negative or cynical, doubting everyone's intentions and approaching relationships with a predetermined sense of distrust. It's about being wise, being discerning, about safeguarding your feelings with a healthy dose of Stoic insight. It means not letting emotions carry you away, but staying realistic, grounded in the present moment, and observant of the tangible evidence before you. So let's remember this powerful lesson: let's pay attention to actions, not just words. Let's approach love with a Stoic mindset, being logical, observant, and thoughtful. Because ultimately, actions carry far more weight than words, and they are the true indicators of a person's character and intentions. This brings us to Lesson 7, Cultivating Healthy Skepticism. Stoicism and reality are inextricably linked. Stoics believed in understanding situations as they are, not as we wish them to be. This emphasis on realism, on seeing the world without the filter of our desires or expectations, is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. And this philosophy is particularly useful in the often turbulent waters of love and dating, where emotions run high and wishful thinking can easily cloud our judgment. We've all experienced it, haven't we? When someone says all the right words, when they perfectly mirror our desires and expectations, we're eager to believe them, to embrace the illusion of perfection, even when there are subtle warning signs, those nagging intuitions that something might not be quite right. We choose to overlook these red flags, dismissing them as insignificant or irrelevant, because we so desperately want to believe in the fairy tale. This is where adopting a Stoic mindset, cultivating a healthy dose of skepticism, can be incredibly beneficial. Being appropriately skeptical is akin to possessing a superpower, a shield against manipulation and disappointment. It doesn't imply being pessimistic, distrustful, or cynical, approaching every interaction with suspicion. Rather, it's about staying realistic, grounded in the present moment, and not accepting everything blindly, without critical evaluation. It involves being observant, paying attention to details, asking thoughtful questions, and not rushing into things without some careful consideration. Imagine this scenario: you meet someone new, and they appear absolutely fantastic. They're saying all sorts of lovely things, showering you with compliments and affection, even talking about a future together, making grand plans and painting a picture of idyllic happiness. But it's only been a short time, you've only just met, and their declarations seem almost too good to be true. Your skeptical, Stoic mindset would advise you to take it easy, to pump the brakes on the runaway train of infatuation. It would encourage you to wait and see if their actions align with their words, to observe how things progress over time, and to look for consistency and genuine effort. It's like a gentle reality check, urging you not to get swept away in the whirlwind of romance, to stay grounded, mindful, and observant. This skepticism isn't about interrogating the other person, bombarding them with questions, or doubting their every move. Instead, it's about being thoughtful, asking yourself the tough questions, and ensuring that your own needs and values are being met. It means not only listening to what they say, but also observing their actions, paying attention to the subtle cues that reveal their true character and intentions. It involves taking the time to truly understand someone, to see if they're consistent, genuine, and trustworthy, before fully investing your heart. The Stoics emphasized using logic and reason, not just being carried away by emotions. In relationships, this approach is crucial. When emotions dominate, when we're blinded by infatuation, we may overlook important details, ignore red flags, and make impulsive decisions that we later regret. But when we combine our feelings with a dose of skepticism and logical thinking, we enable ourselves to see things more clearly, to make informed decisions, and to protect ourselves from potential harm. And here's another important aspect: it's about safeguarding your heart. By maintaining a bit of skepticism, by not rushing into something without certainty, you're protecting your emotional well-being, giving yourself the opportunity to assess the situation and make a rational decision. You're allowing yourself the opportunity to grasp the true nature of the other person, to see them as they are, rather than projecting your desires and expectations onto them. So let's keep in mind the importance of adopting a hint of Stoic skepticism. It's about being intelligent, attentive, and not letting emotions carry us away. It's about protecting ourselves and our emotional well-being, ensuring that we enter relationships with our eyes open, aware of the potential risks and prepared to handle whatever comes our way. It's not about shutting ourselves off from love, but about approaching new opportunities with careful consideration, mindful awareness, and unwavering wisdom. Now, let's discuss Lesson 8, Saying No with Confidence. In Stoicism, remaining true to your values is paramount. Having the strength to uphold your values, especially in relationships, can be challenging but is necessary for staying true to yourself. This means understanding your core beliefs and not hesitating to maintain your expectations, even if it causes some disruption. Imagine you're in a relationship, and your partner proposes something that doesn't align with your sense of self or doesn't feel right to you. It could be moving too quickly, asking you to do something against your values, or a request that you're simply uncomfortable with. The simple choice might seem to go along with it, to appease your partner and avoid conflict. But this is where your Stoic mindset becomes crucial. Saying no in these situations is all about valuing yourself, your beliefs, and your limits. It's about protecting your own well-being and upholding your personal integrity. Let's be real, this isn't a walk in the park. It can be super tough, especially when you care deeply about the person and fear the potential consequences of your refusal. That little voice in your head keeps whispering, what if saying no pushes them away? What if they get angry or disappointed? But hey, here's the thing, we've got to summon our courage, tap into our inner strength, and remember what's truly important. Stoicism isn't just about dealing with outside stuff, external challenges and difficult situations. It's also about tackling our inner struggles head-on, confronting our fears and insecurities, and choosing to act in accordance with our values, regardless of the potential consequences. Saying no is, at its core, an act of self-respect. It's about demonstrating that you hold yourself in high regard, that you value your own well-being, and that you won't accept anything less than what you deserve. Granted, it comes with a risk. You might end up losing them, the relationship might falter, and you might experience the pain of rejection. However, here's the important point: if refusing something that contradicts your values pushes someone away, then perhaps they weren't the right match for you in the first place. Perhaps the relationship wasn't as strong or as aligned as you initially thought. Taking this approach can truly transform the dynamics of a relationship. When someone realizes that you're unafraid to say no, that you won't compromise your values just to please them or avoid conflict, it changes how they see you. It demonstrates that you have self-respect, that you're clear about your boundaries, and that you value yourself, all incredibly appealing qualities. And here's another Stoic perspective: saying no isn't just about establishing boundaries with others, setting limits on what you will and will not tolerate. It's also about being truthful with yourself, about honoring your own needs and desires, and refusing to compromise your integrity. It's about recognizing your genuine desires and needs in a relationship and sticking to them, refusing to settle for anything less than what you truly deserve. It's about not allowing the fear of loneliness, the pressure to conform, or the desire to please others to push you into decisions that aren't aligned with your true self, that violate your values, or that compromise your well-being. Let's pause and reflect on this. Let's affirm that saying no is not just acceptable, but essential. It's about staying authentic to ourselves, living with integrity, and honoring our own needs and values. It's about nurturing relationships founded on mutual respect, sincere connection, and genuine appreciation, rather than fear, concession, and the sacrifice of our own well-being. Finally, we arrive at Lesson 9, never chase, always value. This principle connects beautifully with all the things we've been discussing, especially when we view it through our Stoic perspective. Stoicism teaches us to concentrate on what we can control and to release what we cannot. This idea is very impactful when we think about relationships, where our natural inclination is often to try and control the actions and feelings of others. It means realizing that pursuing someone who is moving away from us is not just useless, a waste of our time and energy, but also goes against valuing ourselves and knowing our own worth. Imagine this situation: you're dating someone, and everything seems great, the relationship is progressing smoothly, and you're feeling optimistic about the future. But then, seemingly out of the blue, they start distancing themselves. They become less communicative, less available, and less engaged in the relationship. Our natural urge, which we've all experienced at some point, is to run after them, to try and bridge that gap, to fix whatever is wrong and reclaim the connection we once had. We might start showering them with attention, trying to win them back, or desperately seeking to understand what we did wrong. But here's where Stoicism can guide us, offering a more empowering and self-respecting approach. The Stoics would ask, why are you pursuing something that's not within your control? Why are you expending your energy on trying to change someone else's feelings or behavior? The answer lies in your self-worth, your dignity, and your inner peace. Chasing after someone who is pulling away is akin to trying to catch water in your hands. It's pointless, exhausting, and ultimately leaves you feeling empty, depleted, and even more insecure. Instead, the Stoic approach encourages you to stand firm in your self-worth, to maintain your dignity, and to focus on what you can control, which is your own actions and reactions. If someone is moving away from you, if they are no longer investing in the relationship, let them go. It's not about being cold or unfeeling, about suppressing your emotions or pretending that you don't care. It's about realizing that you cannot control how others feel or behave, but you have full control over how you choose to respond. Let's face it, this isn't simple. Resisting the urge to chase someone, to bombard them with texts and calls, to analyze their every move, takes considerable inner strength and an unwavering commitment to self-respect. However, it's about having faith that if someone truly values you, if they genuinely want to be in your life, they will show it, through their actions, their words, and their consistent effort. It's refusing to let someone else's behavior define your worth, to allow their actions to dictate how you feel about yourself. It's affirming, I deserve respect, I deserve to be valued, and if you can't see that, someone else will. This mindset transforms everything. It puts the power back in your hands, allowing you to reclaim control of your own emotions and your own actions. You're no longer subject to someone else's unpredictable actions or fleeting affections. You're in charge of how you feel, what you do, and how you respond to the situation. It's empowering, it's liberating, and frankly, it's incredibly freeing. And here's the kicker: when you stop chasing after others, when you redirect that energy inward and start investing in yourself, your own personal growth, your own happiness, wonderful things occur. You naturally attract individuals who are drawn to your strength, your confidence, and your self-worth. It's as if you're broadcasting a message to the universe that declares, I value myself, I'm aware of my worth, and I will only accept relationships that are built on mutual respect and genuine connection. So let's internalize this lesson, let's commit to this principle, let's reaffirm that we never have to chase after anyone. Let's adopt a Stoic mindset in our relationships, remaining composed, self-respecting, and concentrating on what we can manage. It's about discovering inner peace within ourselves, not seeking validation from others, and trusting that the right people will naturally gravitate towards us when we are radiating self-love, confidence, and authenticity. As we come to the end of our conversation today, I want you to hold on to something very important. in the vast canvas of life, your self-worth is like the brightest thread that binds everything together. It's the foundation upon which your happiness, your success, and your relationships are built. Just like the Stoics believed, you can decide how you respond to what happens around you. Don't forget, you are in control of your own honor and self-esteem. Embrace your inner strength, let your actions, decisions, and limits reflect the amazing person you are. And if you ever doubt yourself, if you ever question your worth, recall this moment, remember the Stoic wisdom we've discussed, and remind yourself of your inherent value. Life isn't just something you endure, a series of challenges to overcome. It's an opportunity to evolve, to grow, to become stronger and wiser each day. If you enjoyed our chat today, if you found these insights helpful, why not explore further? Take a look at our playlist displayed on the screen. It's packed with more insights, stories, and tips designed to help you navigate life with greater wisdom and confidence. Go ahead, click on it, and let's keep moving forward on this journey together. Thank you for joining me in this conversation. Always remember, you're not navigating this journey alone. We're all figuring it out together, one step, one day at a time. Until our next chat, take care, stay wise, and continue to embrace your inner Stoic. To summarize, the Stoic path to magnetic relationships emphasizes cultivating inner strength, self-respect, and understanding your inherent worth. It's about focusing on what you can control, your actions, your values, and your responses, and releasing the need for external validation. Key takeaways include: understanding your true worth, recognize that your value isn't determined by others' opinions but by your character, principles, and how you live your life. Presenting yourself with dignity, be authentically yourself, respecting your time, energy, and emotions. This sets the standard for how others will treat you. The art of nonverbal communication, set boundaries gracefully through your appearance, time management, and emotional self-mastery. Don't give away your attention and energy too easily. Being ready to walk away, knowing your self-worth and being prepared to leave situations that contradict your principles is a sign of strength and self-respect. Setting boundaries silently, actions speak louder than words. Uphold your boundaries consistently through your actions, demonstrating what you will and won't accept. Actions speak louder than words, judge people based on their actions, not just their promises. Pay attention to the congruence between their words and deeds. Cultivating healthy skepticism, stay realistic and observant, not accepting everything blindly. Use logic and reason alongside emotions in relationships. Saying no with confidence, value yourself and your beliefs. Don't hesitate to say no to things that don't align with your values, even if it's difficult. Never chase, always value, don't pursue those who distance themselves. Invest in yourself and attract individuals drawn to your strength and self-worth. By embodying these Stoic principles, you can cultivate inner peace, attract meaningful connections, and build relationships founded on mutual respect and genuine appreciation. Remember, the journey to magnetic relationships begins with understanding and valuing yourself.